What's going on, Dean? Good to see you, my friend. Economics collapse news, Ripple and MoneyGram partnership, Facebook, cryptocurrency, gold, and Iran war. I'm going to be talking about all this stuff in this session, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great day to be alive. I'm excited that you guys are here. So let's dive in. Now, before I forget, if you want to start in real estate and you want to download all my advanced courses, I'm willing to give to you all of it right now at my academy just for 99 bucks a month. So my courses like my VA course that I sell for 1,500 bucks, my mother course that I sell for 3,500 bucks, and 16 other courses plus 1 hour monthly coaching, all for $99 a month. If you want to get more information about that, go to academy.mrnofluff.com. So let's go ahead and pull the curtain back and get started. Let's talk about the economy collapse news. Now, I don't know if you guys follow the stock market like I do, but I think many people don't. They just let their 401k do its own thing. But if you've been watching the stock market, it's just going up and up and up. Like today is up like 300, 400 points. But you have to ask yourself, what is going around right now in the world? I mean, we have situations where we're constantly tug of warring with Russia. We have situations right now where there's a war, potential war that may be happening in Iran. We have a situation here where we're starving many people in Venezuela through sanctions. We have a situation where, you know, the stock market looks great if you ask the average person because it's just going up. But we're having hundreds of big corporations laying off people left and right, okay, everywhere. We have a situation here where millions and millions of people in America are behind in their car payments. We have situations where Germany's biggest bank is going bust. Deutsche Bank is going bust, ladies and gentlemen. Now, someone says, well, why does it matter that Deutsche Bank's going bust has to do with America economy? Well, very first thing is that we're all interconnected. Okay. I know we're trying to push tariffs on all these countries, but we're all interconnected, and there's been free trade happening for quite a while, and that's why we haven't had wars. But just because a bank is, let's say, in Germany, so many miles away from America, Great Britain, Australia, doesn't mean that if it goes bust, the banks in your own country are not going to go bust because they're all interconnected through derivatives and lending. And so when Deutsche Bank goes bust, it's going to have a ripple effect. Okay. That's why you see countries coming out to the rescue and figuring something out with, for example, Greece and um, Cyprus, etc. Because if they go bust, it has a ripple effect. Okay. Now, I just mentioned there's chaos after chaos. There's chaos of government debt, corporation debt, city debt, people debt, chaos of war with Iran and Russia and China because of the trade wars and other stuff. Um, but the stock market is constantly going up. So I just came to a realization that, look, man, the scoreboard may be going up, but doesn't mean the team is winning. Okay, let me say that again. The scoreboard, if you're just looking at the scoreboard, like, yeah, man, we're ahead. Our team is ahead. Three is not going to reflect what's really happening in the field. They're not broadcasting what's happening in the field, and they have everyone paying attention to the scoreboard. Okay, and in my opinion, the stock market is without a doubt manipulated in so many different aspects. One great example I can tell you is tax cuts for the big corporations, ultra low loans to big corporations. These two stimulus together buy their own stocks. It sounds like manipulation. If the company itself is allowed to buy their own stocks to pop up their price, doesn't that sound like manipulation? Doesn't like sound like unfair business practice? Okay, so from both ends, the central bankers and Big Brother all giving free cheese, 0% interest cheese to big corporations for them to buy their own stocks. So the corporation leaders will get bonuses like the last crash, 2006, 2007. The bankers got bonuses and got bailouts. They got both, right? And same thing is happening here. We haven't got to the stage where we're going to have to bail these guys out, but we will, right? Some of it's going to be bail-ins. But right now, at both ends, Big Brother and central bankers are just giving free cheese to big corporations, from tax deductions to ultra low interest rates for them to supposedly put back into the people, or to put back into their infrastructure or products or services so they can improve and be more competitive. For example, no one wants to buy a Ford when you can buy a Toyota, right? That's why Ford is not making cars anymore. GMC is not making cars anymore. They're just going to stick with the trucks because they're not profitable. They don't have good products. So instead of getting the money to improve their systems, they're not doing that. They're buying their own stock. So I've just given up on looking at the scoreboard, which is the stock market, to tell me what the market is, because it's just propped up, in my opinion, right, in many different aspects. And the reason is because we are in war with so many different countries, and we use the dollar as a weapon, that we need that weapon to look as strong as possible, or other countries not going to be bullied by us anymore, like Mexico and Germany and Great Britain, and the Europeans, because they're going to realize, hey man, our economy is not strong as it is. So it has to be propped up. It has to be propped up. Okay. But if you look in the actual pockets of people, they're hurting. I see people getting laid off. I'm seeing houses are now moving. I am seeing more and more people getting into debt. I'm seeing stagnation of salaries. Salaries don't go, and I'm definitely seeing inflation. It's constantly going up, which means that with inflation going up, with extra taxes like tariffs and cost of goods and so on and so on, the average American are okay. All right, so now let's move forward to the next topic, which is MoneyGram. If you ever guys have family, or you have virtual assistants like I do in different parts of the world, well, if I want to send my VAs or family members money, then I usually use MoneyGram or Western Union, because like PayPal doesn't work in most of these countries. And guess what? I pay these guys like 33% of the money. So if my VAs, let's say, make, let's say, $100, before they even get their money, they're losing 75%, 75, I mean, 25%, 33%, depends on where they are. Okay. Which is crazy. If I want to send $100, they're only getting like $75. And MoneyGram is taking most of it. So Ripple, which is a cryptocurrency, is the banker's coin. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not made for me and you to empower me and you. Ripple is made for the bankers to stay at their thrones. Is made for Visa. Is made for MoneyGram to stay at their throne, so they don't lose in this new digital currency of Bitcoin, which no government owns it, which no corporation owns it. So that's why Ripple was created now, and Ripple has now partnered and bought part of MoneyGram, and they're going to decrease MoneyGram's fees significantly, like significantly, which is an awesome news, right? But it's too late. It's too late. Where were MoneyGram and Western Union? Why didn't they try to decrease their fees before Bitcoin came in? Now that they're going to be dinosaurs, now that they're going to be toasted, right? They want to come into play. Okay, which brings me, first of all, guys, I'm not for Ripple. I don't like Ripple. I don't like bankers, and Ripple's here to liberate the bankers. I'm for the people's champ, the people's money, which is Bitcoin, right? No corporation owns it. No one has vested interest in it like sovereign countries, and it's uncensorable. You don't have to have permission, KYC, to open an account, and you can just download a wallet, boom, someone can send you some Bitcoin. No one can stop it, come audit it, which is a great power because of politicians and big brothers and big corporations, and the Monsos and big pharmaceutical companies, because they'll eliminate that. Okay, now, which brings me to the next point, which is Facebook. All right, Facebook is now launching very, very soon their coin called Liberal Coin, okay, or AKA Global Coin, which is the most craziest thing because um, why is it crazy? Because Facebook is not decentralized. They sell your information and my information to the highest bidder. They don't give a rat ass about our privacy. They monitor us like crazy. And then sometimes they give that information to Big Brother, not sometimes, all the times. And that's what Facebook is. Now, to let them have your financial information is even more crazier because have you guys ever been blocked out of Facebook if you were just sharing, let's say, on groups and you've been in Facebook jail? Now imagine Facebook has your banking account and they're gonna lock you out of your money. The other thing is that, you know, I think it's a benefit that Facebook's creating their own cryptocurrency because just a couple of months ago or a year ago or 2 years ago, they were banning anyone advertising on their platform cryptos. But now they're going to encourage the masses because they have the audience that, hey, cryptocurrencies are cool, okay, which is kind of good. And they're going to pay you to watch an advertisement probably and generate money through cryptocurrencies, which is good. And they're probably going to lower some of the fees, which is good, okay? However, the Terminator, right? You remember the movie The Terminator and the corporation, I think it was Skyline or Sky Note or whatever it was, is Facebook because they're gonna know everything about you when you have kids, when you got married, when you got into a relationship, your banking information, when you spend your money, who do you spend your money with? They're gonna have every information about you. Okay. And it's not decentralized. Listen to what I'm saying. They're gonna sell your information. Facebook's been hacked many times. So it's nothing like Bitcoin. It's nothing like it. Nothing. Okay. It's it's a it's a wolf in sheep clothing trying to fool people. Now, I think that it would be great to get paid in Facebook coin. What I would do with mine will quickly change it out for Bitcoin because why the hell do I want to support Facebook when they sell my information? They make all kinds of money, right? Everyone's information. Now that they're trying to just be a muffle, just a money grabber situation. Now, for example, guess who's on board with Facebook coin? Visa, PayPal, and so on and so on. Okay. So, in a sense, the Visa cryptocurrency is just trying to keep the elites in power, where Bitcoin is trying to say bye bye Visa, bye bye MasterCard, bye bye Wells Fargo, bye bye Bank of America, and eliminate these individuals. Okay. Bitcoin is trying to not have inflation anymore, right? Because there's only a certain amount of fixed coins there will ever be. Unlike fiat, where they're just printed out. They print it out, right? So what do I think about Facebook coin? The same thing I think about Ripple, right? I think about the same thing. Okay. Now, do I think that it's gonna decrease cost of sending money? Yes. Is that a good thing? Yes. But Bitcoin is already doing that, right? Would I take Facebook coin? I will quickly take it and exchange it out to Bitcoin. Would I buy Facebook coin? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would never support Facebook coin ever. I will quickly turn out and buy Bitcoin because why do I want something that empowers the empowered? I want something that's going to empower you and me, where the leveling field equals out, right? I don't want something that just keeps powering the Visas and the Mastercards and the PayPals of the world. And while it audits, it knows everything about you, and so on. Now let's talk about gold, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I was reading some articles about how the smartest people, billionaires, are now getting into gold. And I was scratching my head because I was telling Soraya, I was like, look, man, we got into gold in the 2015 and 2016 when the market had crashed for gold at the ultra low. And I said, look, man, look, we're ahead of these billionaires, about 2.5 years. Okay, and the billionaires are getting into gold right now at 1350. Right before I did this video, they're at 1350. We got into gold at 1100, 1125. Okay, so you can see that I was just telling, look how ahead I was from the smartest minds, according to this news article, that they're getting into cryptocurrencies and they're getting into gold, or we're getting into it way before. Okay, now let's talk about the Iran war. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, they want your kids, they want your family members to go to fight a war. They don't give a rat's about them. And the truth is, that's why so many soldiers that come back are committing suicides. And, you know, why do you think that is? Why do you think so many soldiers are committing suicides from coming back from war? Okay, because war is not a good thing. It wasn't meant for, you know, for prosperity or for freedom. War is a very, very bad thing for everyone, from the planet, when we nuke people and we kill all the animals, all the planets, plants, veget, all that stuff, dude, all the way to the people. So war is never a good thing, and there are people all over the world that have a vast interest to have war because they make so much money. They don't care about life. They don't care about kids. They don't care about, to them, we're just all smucks because they just want to sell war tanks and they want to sell war planes and they want to sell war ammunitions. And guess what? Every bullet costs money and we're paying for it. And someone's just ciphering off this money, okay? Ciphering off this wealth. And today, I'm sorry to say, I love America, but we're just a bully. Okay, we're a bully. We're bullying every other country, and many countries around the world just don't have the balls to stand up to us because, we're the elite, and now we have all the money we spend into military more than any other country in the world, and we're just now using that just to bully around, war after war, base after base, fear after fear. Like every month is a new fear. One day is Korea, next day is illegal immigrants, the next day is some kind of virus and some kind of bird flu and some kind of this and so it's always fear. Okay, why don't we, as the leaders of the world in the economy, and we say we're the most powerful, the highest educated, etc., why don't we take that and be a role model for other countries to mimic or mold after us, because we're leading in the environment, we're leading in because we don't have poverty, we're leading because our police officers are not just killing immigrants and black people and minorities more than, we're leading because we have the less people in jail. I think we should use our money to help out the homeless, help out social security that's getting wiped off, help out the vets that are, coming here and committing suicide so much, help out the actual people. You have students in debt so much from student loans, they can't get jobs. These guys and girls have college degrees and they need two freaking jobs, man. Right? Back in the 70s, only the daddy had to work. Today, the mommy got to work, daddy got to work, daddy got to have two jobs, mommy got to have two jobs. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And what we got money for is wars. We got money for tanks. We got money for the mother of all bombs. We got money to kill innocent people in third world countries we never met in our lives just because they have a different hairstyle or different look than we do. And man, I'm just sick of that, right? What I'm not sick of is the love for everyone. I'm a citizen of the world. Okay. Whatever the guy wants in India is the same thing that I want for my family. The guy in China wants the same exact thing for his kids that I want for my kids. What you want is exactly the same things I want for our kids. So, simply put, the people don't want wars. We want prosperity. We want freedom. We want to trade. We don't want to be paying 25% extra on taxes while we're also already have inflation up the gazoo. We have inflation up the gazoo. We have 25 cost of goods are getting 25% more. If you want to go buy a bike today, it's going to cost you 25% more than it did a year ago. Listen to what I'm saying. You go buy a $1,000 bike, right? You're gonna have to spend $250 more. Isn't that crazy? Right? And on top of that, you have inflation that's already, they're printing the money. You have inflation. It's already hurting you. Okay. Now jobs are hurting too because they're not going up. Corporations are hurting. Like, I mean, that was just the alliance of people that just came and talked about how the tariffs are hurting America. from Best Buy to Apple. I mean, you name it, Nike, you name it, right? That is hurting America. Well, and the cost is not going to be coming to you. To you. So it means next time you go to the grocery store, next time you go buy a bicycle, next time you go to Best Buy, next time you go to Walmart, well, guess what? You're going to have to pay 25% more on top of the inflation, which is they say is 2 or 3%, which is bullshit. 10% plus on top of the unemployment that they say is so low, which is bullshit because they're doing their numbers differently. People that are now looking for jobs, they don't even include them on the unemployment anymore. Okay. So simply put, there's great tension in the world today, but at the same time, there's great hope too, right? And if you empower yourself, you're able to make and be your dreams, no matter if it's up, if it's sideways, if it's down, right? Um, so the great news is that me and you, we live in a great country like America, and many other people live in great free countries, right? And if you turn the TV off and you don't listen to propaganda and you work your dreams, you don't borrow any money from the bankers because they're trying to slave you to get you in debt, give you credit cards, let you get into car payments, student debt. They don't care. They just want to enslave you, right? And if you understand how to, educate yourself and be positive, we live in a great country, and you can make a lot of money because right now there's about to be a wealth exchange. Millions of people are going to have negative equity in their homes. Listen to what I'm saying. It's just in America. I'm not talking about Australia. I'm not talking about Canada. I mean, all these places are just Germany, just asset bubble real estate. Millions of people are going to have negative equity in their homes. Very coming up. Millions of people are going to lose everything they have in the stock market because there's not going to be any. What can I say? What's the word for it? There's not going to be like, back in the days when they had the revolution, the guy said, "Hey, Great Britain's coming," right? And they warned the colonists. It's not going to be like that. You're going to be going up. If you study history, if you look at 1929 on a Wednesday, in a matter of minutes, the stock market just crumbled. There is no warning. There is no preamp. There's no let me get my hat and raincoat. None of that. It's just going to be boom like this, just like that. Okay. Then the next day, the banks went boom like this. There was no more equity. It was when you went to try to get your money, those guys with guns saying, "Nope, you can't have your money. You can't have everything you've given us." And that's just something to think about. That when it hits, it's not going to be a slow process. You're not going to have a warning like you do with the tornado coming. And you hear the sirens, woo, so you have time to take shelter. It ain't going to be like that, man. They don't have systems like that. And the people that know are not telling you, in my opinion, this is my opinion, not financial advice, the truth that hey, unemployment's high, inflation's killing us. We have 25% extra we got to pay on every freaking good we buy, almost. Um, Jobs are not high. We have asset manipulations, and millions of people are going to be hurting when the stocks, real estate, right? Which creates a great opportunity to make money. One of the ways I'm working on making my money is 2015, 2016. I broadcast to you. I'm getting in the gold. It was $1,100. Today is 1,350. I told everyone what I'm doing. I'm not giving you financial. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. I'm just a refugee to America. I'm not an attorney CPA. I'm not none of that stuff. Okay, read my disclaimer. I'm just a refugee to America. But that's what I did, right? And I told you guys that in 2015, 2016, that the real estate market was too bubbly, and I'm exiting, right? And I'm telling you guys that when the market crashed and Bitcoin went from 19,000 and it was a 50% off, which was like 11,000, I started getting into Bitcoins all the way down to 3,500, buying all the way down. Yep, it was scary. It was scary to buy when it was going down, when no one wanted to go do it. It was very scary. It was very, very tough. And I saw the money that I put in just evaporate. If I would have traded it, but I didn't because I'm not going to buy it and trade it real quick. I'm a buy and hold guy, just like rental properties. And I realized in 2006 that, yep, the market is melting. I can buy rentals and I can hold them because they were cash flowing positively, 3, 4, 500 plus a month. I'll just hold on to it till the market came up, and that was my exit strategy, and it worked perfectly. Each house that I took over made over $100,000 from equity cash out to monthly cash flow. Okay, same thing in 2019. We're in the cusp of the world, or including American people, to realize that the market is about to pop. Now, if you look at the news right now, you'll see about 30 to 33% bad news. One day you'll look at the news and 90% of it will be like, oh, all hell broke loose. When they start saying that, then you know that it's time over. Right now, it's about 30, 33% bad news, 70% possibility good news down the line. Okay, but very soon you're going to look at it and it's going to be majority of bad news. Okay, so the things that I'm doing, let me share with you again. 2015-16, I got in gold. 1,100 an ounce. Today is 1,350. Sold my real estate, not all of it, but majority of it. Okay, got into cryptocurrencies after the crash, from 11,000 all the way to 3,500. My man was buying. And now, 2019, I am getting back into real estate. Not because I know the price is going to go up. No, 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 no. The price is going to be coming down. Okay. Now, I'm not going in there and spending my own money to buy these properties, nor am I going to a bank to get a loan to buy these properties, nor am I using a real estate agent to buy these properties, nor am I going to a home hard money lender. I'm not doing any of that because it wouldn't make sense. I would just be putting my name on the line to get hanged because the market is about to go in tremendous down. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to market. I already knew who my audience is, which is motivated sellers. So I'm going to market to motivated sellers, and I'm going to have the seller be my bank, just like the 2006, 2007. What does that mean? Well, if the seller has a mortgage, they can still be my bank. And if they don't have a mortgage, they can still be my bank. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy houses from homeowners direct and allow them to be my bank. And I'm not going to put my neck on the line. I'm not going to sign a promissory note. I'm not going to get the loan from the bank. The seller already has an existing loan, or they're going to, if they own the house linker, they're going to be my bank. And that's the only way I'm going to be buying houses in this time, because I know the price is not going up and the prices are going to be coming down. So I'm not going to be risking. I still got to take a risk because I still got to buy it, babysit the property, put renters in there, do evictions, take care of the property till the market comes back up, right? That might be 6, 7 years from now, maybe 10 years. I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. But what I do know is the same thing as cryptocurrencies. When I bought it at 11, I knew that it was going to come back up. Same thing when I did in 2006, 2007, 2008. When I bought these houses, I knew they didn't have any equity at that time, or marginal equities, or just, but I knew they were going to go down further, right? I was okay with it. I knew that in 6 to 7 to 10 years, the property market is going to come up, and it exactly did what it did. If the house I bought it here in 6 to 7, they went up. Okay, so in 2019, I'm buying real estate not because it's going up, but it's going down, and I'm going to buy what the masses run out. I'm going to go into the fire. Yep, and it's gonna be really risky, and it's gonna be scary for me, just like it was scary for me when I started buying cryptocurrencies. Guys, it was like $19,000. I didn't buy anything when it was going up. I didn't even like Bitcoins. I was like, man, this is a scam. But I started doing my research and more and more and more. I was like, okay, this is a great freedom opportunity. And I knew I should have got into it, but I didn't. Right? But it was going 19. I was like, I'm not getting into it. It's a bubble. Once it hit 50% off, which is 11,000, boy, I got into it. Right? Now, it was risky because I kept buying and it kept going down. I kept buying and it kept going down. I kept buying and it kept going back down. Man, it was a very tough and scary situation, right? But I knew it was going to come up. Now, I wasn't as sure as real estate because there was no history of Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin is like 10 years old. Well, real estate, I can go back since the 19th century and I can see that property values keep going up after every freaking crash. So I knew through history that I was cool with real estate. So it didn't matter if I bought a property now in 5 years, it didn't have no equity, but in 10 years, it's going to have $100,000 of equity. Meanwhile, I'm getting positive cash flow every month from it. And I'm not selling, I'm just being a landlord. But in Bitcoin, I didn't have that history. So it was more of a risk to me. It was more speculation. I don't like doing speculations. But now in real estate, I'm not speculating. When I buy a property, I know it's going to go down. I'm aware about it, but I know it's going to go back up because the society we live in with central bankers, the name of the game is inflation. The name of the game is keep printing money to rob you and me of our savings. By inflation, hard assets are going to go up in price, just like real estate. And so real estate is going to keep going up in price, keep going up in price because they're printing this money like this. And that's what it is, guys. I'm going to leave it right there. I think wife's coming up with some not breakfast, lunch. But let me answer some of these questions. People left comments. What's going on? Linux says there's winners and losers. That's right, man. There's going to be some winners and losers. He says that because of pensions, that's why the stock's going up. Thanks, brother. He's Doc Gordon said my beer grew nice. Thanks, man. Dean says we wanted the cheese. Lexus says corporate buybacks and Fed Reserve picking winners and bosses. I totally agree with that, man. That's why, like I said, I'm not looking at the stock market anymore as a scoreboard because it's rigged. He says Bitcoin is going down. Time to buy in. Someone else says unemployment is about 20% raw government numbers. And I agree with that. You know, I definitely think that 10% plus is very good. Okay, dang, bro. That, for example, that I learned, which is because I've never bought stocks before. I'm not a stock guy. I'm not a paper guy. I like to have things that I can actually hold. Okay, maybe that's because I'm Iranian and that's how my parents brought me up to. So I'm not into the papers. Now, in this crash, when, for example, when my favorite companies go from like 300 and their stocks go to 30 or 50, I'm gonna buy. But I wasn't never like bought stocks before, right? So when Bitcoin start falling, I should have waited, right? Like when it became 50% off, I should have waited. And the reason I didn't wait is because I didn't take enough time to educate myself on the history of cryptocurrencies, right? I learned how to use it, create wallets, get in my exchange, and so on and so on. But again, my mama didn't know cryptos. I didn't have any friends in cryptos. So I didn't have a big brother. I was the guy that had to go try it out myself and put my hand on the stove. So what I learned is that, man, I should have waited when it was 11,000, waited to hit 3,000, waited to hit 6,000. But I thought of like how real estate works because real estate normally you're looking at depends what state you're in, but where I'm at, 30% is a really good deal and 50% is even awesome. So the max is 50. So when I was comparing to real estate and now I realize that, hey, in every crash of Bitcoin, it goes down 80%, it goes down 70%, it goes down 85%. I didn't know that at the time because I wasn't an expert at cryptocurrencies when I got into it, and I learned by putting a lot sum of money into it and burning my hand in a sense. Okay, um, so the point of the story is when the knives were falling down, I was buying, right? And I did cut myself. Like I lost significant of the money I put into. One great example is one profile that I showed my profit sharing coaching and my abundance mastermind is that I have one profile that I put $10,000 in cryptocurrencies. And a year ago, I showed them that this one $10,000 had came down to 1,800 bucks. I said, look, dude, this is the risk that I took, and I'm a negative in this one profile. And I had multiple other profiles, but just in this one. Today, that same exact profile, which has a lot of shitty coins into it, not Bitcoin, it's now $4,000. So I'm still in a negative on that profile that I invested, and that was the profile where I bought at $11,000. Now I have different profiles that I bought at different times, like 6,500, 3,000, and so on, and all the way down. But yeah, man, it's very, very tough to buy something when it's on fire. That's why I call myself a fire investor because when the market of real estate is going to crash, and I mean, it's already crashing, they're just not televising it. But once they start televising it and the herd starts moving out, it's really hard to go into it and buy when no one's want to buy right now. right? It's very hard to do. Same thing with buying Bitcoin. When it was crashing, 11,000, I was buying it, and 10,000, I was buying 9,000, I was buying 6,000, I was buying 3,000, I was buying. I was like, oh man, but I was still buying because the way I do business is I'm all in to my ship sells or down. I don't abandon ship. That's one of the things with me, and I think this is the reason why I have success is because I'm like a pit bull. Once I bite, I ain't gonna let go. But I'm not just gonna bite on everything. I'm not a guy that jumps from like a monkey from a tree to tree. Like one day I'm doing this business, next day I'm doing this business, next day I'm getting a job. No, I'm not like that. I don't jump, but once I do, once I get on the ship and I want to sell, I'm gonna sell to the ground or to the moon, but I'm never gonna give up in the middle of it. To the death or to success is my mindset. And with cryptocurrencies, when it was going down, I was just buying. I'm gonna buy till I go bust, or I'm gonna buy to the moon. And same thing with real estate. This time, I'm gonna buy a lot more than I did last crash because last crash again I was scared, right? So the next time with like cryptocurrencies crash again, I know to buy more because I've now seen the history of it at least 10 years, maybe 12, 13 years by the time it crashes again. I'm going to remember, hey, it goes down 80% and then reboots back up, okay? Where before I didn't have the knowledge, man. But I still had the balls though. That's the most important part because many of us are so smart, but we don't have the courage to be our dreams, and that's the worst thing ever. Okay, let's see. We got some other comments. Rena Home Solutions is how much do you give them when you're subject to it? Well, Rena, to answer that question very quick, you should join my profit sharing coaching. We meet every Saturdays, and I help you how to structure those deals, how to negotiate, how much to give them. But to answer your question really quick here, which is almost impossible, it all depends. It all depends on the house, on the repairs. Is it a massive cash cow? Is it a massive area was appreciating? Is the house behind in payments? So there's a lot of different variables that go into it. Okay. Now, every situation is different. That's why if you get into my profit sharing, go to mrnofluff.com. Again, mrnofluff.com. We meet every Saturday. I show you how to find motivated sellers in your backyard for free. For free. All my students that have been in here, okay, they're getting massive deals finding motivated sellers for free. Okay. In my mastermind, the Abundance Club, or in my profit sharing. They don't spend any money because I don't believe in spending money till you actually have success, till you actually have systems in place before you put your money in. Because if you put your money in and you don't know how to hit the ball, you're just wasting your tokens or your money, guys, which is even worse. Okay. We have someone else talking about Bitcoin smart contracts. It, that's awesome, man. Okay, someone asked me, I think Dom T. Sorry, guys, my spelling sucks. I can't spell worth shit. All right, so I'm sorry if I miss anyone's spelling. I think it's Dom T. He says, "How do I buy gold?" Well, if you go to my YouTube channel, you should see a video where I talk about where I, bought $25,000 worth of gold and I ordered it online, and they just shipped it to me. So I show you on there. But the company that I use, I believe, is called MX. I'm not associated, not paying me, but this is who I use. I've also used what was the guy's name? Goldandsilver.com. I didn't like that too much, man. They were late on the products and then the shipping, where Amex was way more professional. Okay, so but those are the two places that I've ordered from, and they just ship it to me. Now I'm not into like buying paper gold, right? I mean, like a lot of people say, "Oh man," that the funniest thing is I know people that say, "Look, I have gold." I'm like, "Yeah," uh, but they say I just have paper gold, which means like I own a stock of gold that represents gold, and I'm like, right? And then I know people that are so smarter than me, and they're like software programmers, and I say, "Dude, do you own any Bitcoin?" They say, "Yeah, I do." I said, "Oh, okay, but it's in my 401k." I'm like, "So you don't own the private keys?" And they say, "No." I'm like, "Oh, dude." So there's so many people that are so smart, but I don't know what's going on. Like, you don't own gold if you don't own gold. You can't own paper and think it's gold. And if you don't own the keys, right, to your cryptos, if you don't have the private keys, then it's not your money, dude. It's the I don't know wherever you ever have it. If you have it in an exchange, if you have it in a 401, some kind of custodian, it's their money, dude. So unless you have your own keys to your Bitcoin or cryptos, Ain't your money, man. Ain't your money. To answer your question, I just bought it online from a reputable company, and I just disclosed that. Thanks for leaving a comment, guys. One other thing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you, because the crash is here, I want to give you all my courses, all my advanced courses. I got my mother course is $3,500. I got my VA course, $1,500. All my best sellers. I'm going to give it to you, okay, for just the one price of $99 a month. Plus, you'll get one meeting a month where some mentoring to help you answer any questions you have about the products, answer any of your questions that you may have about how to structure deals, whatever you need. And the service is called academy.mrnofluff.com. So Mr. No Fluff REI Academy has just launched. Okay, I'm doing a pre-launch where I'm willing to give you $22,000 plus products for just $99 a month. There's no contracts. You cancel anytime. There's no tools to buy. There's no sales pitches. I'm giving you my best selling courses, all of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all of them, right? And if you go to academy.mrnofluff.com, you're able to get access to it. Why am I doing this? For two reasons, and two reasons only. One, we launched the profit sharing coaching. We had significant success. So many people try to sign up that I wasn't able to allow everyone to come in, whatever reasons. They didn't have the financials right. They didn't have a web camera. They were having a job, or they didn't have the right thing. So a lot of people came and they didn't get to come in. Okay, I'm so sorry. So I wanted to create something where everyone could get access to my information, because I made this mistake, because so many people joined up and they weren't able to get in for whatever reason or another, or I kicked them out of the meeting. No disrespect. So I'm trying to say I'm sorry. So I've created the academy where I give you all my best sellers for just one monthly fee of $99 a month. You get access to all of it. Plus, you get monthly coaching with me on Saturdays. All right. To get more information, go to academy.mrnofluff.com. We just launched it. Don't wait. There's a limited amount of seats, and the price will go up like it always does. So far, knock on wood, I'm able to sell out and everything I've launched. So don't wait around. 99 bucks a month, get access to over 16 advanced courses, from virtual assistants, from wholesaling, fix and flipping, landlording, Facebook retargeting, sales, negotiation, ads. I mean, every course that I have, almost all of my courses, for just one small price a month, plus monthly coaching at academy.mrnofluff.com. Much love. Click the like button, guys. Let me know what country, what state you're in, and also let me know if you own Bitcoins. Have a great day. I'm going to enjoy lunch. Hopefully, you guys have a great lunch too. Peace.